Hello, everyone. It's your host, the absent red jester here. For the time of this recording, I'm probably gonna be making like two videos, and then I'm gonna fall face with the earth again because I don't know, man. Fuck you. Nah, seriously though, I'm so happy for everyone who's stuck around so far. Today's gonna be a little bit different. If you know me, right, and there's a good chance that you also know like some of the games that I play. And today, I want to talk about a game that I play called Azure Latch. It's a blue lock based soccer game, football game. I don't know, man. Listen, bruh, I'm Trinidadian, so I heard football all the time. Actually, sometimes I did hear soccer, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, bro. I'm gonna leave a link to this right here. His name's Cola Guy. He made this tier list. I just changed the names of some of this stuff. So today we're going to be ranking some Azure Latch kits, and we're going to see out of all of the current kits in this game right now, which ones are busted, which ones are half baked. Because honestly, there are some kits in this game that are good, some that are bad, and then some that uh, could just need a little bit of tweaking, honestly. Starting off, oh damn, piece of hair in my mouth. Starting off, we have base Isugi. Now, I personally main base Isugi, and I'm going to tell you right now, he's actually fairly balanced in general, right? I believe that base Isugi deserves to be in this spot. He's not great or busted, but at the same time, he's not dookie butt or anything. He's just where he has to be. Thing about base Isugi is he he used to be like I would at one point put him in great because his ultimate had like two normal shots, and then we got the reflex shot. And honestly, reflex shot was a great idea, right? Problem, it's not. It was not, and it still is not really that great. The best way to put this is if you've ever played Blue Lock Rivals before, uh, then you probably have an idea about what I'm going to say. Reflex shot is like predict. It's like fuck, bro. I can't prediction, right? If you know what that is, you know exactly how technical it was to even get something out of it, and for how dookie but it is, it wasn't really worth it. It was a very weird, wonky shot that had so many specifications, right? Now, if used properly, would it be good against a GK? Absolutely. However, you will never find yourself in a situation where you're going to use perdition because it's just too specific. That and also you need to learn how to land it and you need like an entirely other like separate teammate to do all that. Right? In general, like prefixes, that shit was just a two pack of ass. And honest to God, I'm so happy that that shit got fixed because it was just so bad. Right? And with that being said, Base Yusuke finds itself in the same kind of issue. The problem is that the setup for it is not horrible. It even allows you to run. All you need is a teammate to be in the general area, and you should be able to hit it. We have a problem, though, and that is the game is just too fast, man. The game is too fast, and thus does not allow Reflex Shot to actually shine because why would I ever wait for my Isugi to prepare a shot when I could just shoot myself, right? It doesn't exactly build for much, and now that they added on a cutscene to it as well, now you can't even like use you can't even use like the factor of surprise or anything. Now that there's a cutscene, automatically it's just fucked, right? And because of that, it's just like you only see people use the move as a stealing option because it just automatically steals off of whoever has the ball, right? If it's an opponent, then it's going to steal off of them, and then if it's a teammate, then it's going to activate the shot when you hit the button again. And then there's the other part, the end lag, as the move for how specific is so punishing to the point where, again, why would I ever use this move for its actual built-in purpose? It has no purpose. I literally have no reason to be using it like that, right? So now it's just basically become Borrow's fucking prey. There we go. It just became Borrow's prey without the shot. Cause I mean, it has a shot. Will you ever use a shot? No, but it has a shot. That's really about it. If the GK doesn't, catch on automatically, then you may have a chance. May, might, sort of, kind of. I feel like at this point, for what it is, it should probably be an auto goal. And I'm gonna tell you right now, as a personal opinion, I don't fuck with auto goals like that, right? Specifically because there's a lot of characters in this game that have chems that just lead into auto goals. I don't know if I rock with that as much as like if it was just a powerful or unique shot, right? But for a character like Base Isagi to have this kind of shot, for how much people have been begging for Reflex Shot to be on this kit, I'd hate to say it, but he might need it. He might need it, and that sucks because again, everyone's been waiting for a replacement of Two Gun because now any Isagi's in the game. But Reflex Shot just isn't. It's not up to par where it has to be. And then of course there's Move It, but nobody really cares about Move It because it steals from your teammates. So unless you have unless you have like a play prepared already, like mentally thought out plan, you're not gonna use Move It. You use it on teammates, right? So unless a person's being a pain in the ass is not passing the ball, uh, that's really about it, right? So if it wasn't for Reflex Shot, I probably would put like Base Isagi in Great, but I'm gonna have to put him in Balance now. And that's really about it. Powerful shot. Well, direct shot is like one of the most powerful shots in the game. It's only like behind at this point, fucking Kunagami. So you're not going to be seeing the base Isagi direct shot not go where it has to go unless the path for its aim is fumbled. With that being said, yeah, we're just gonna leave it here, and we're gonna leave base Isagi right here and balanced. Then we're gonna move on to Gagamaru. Now, Gagamaru is a great GK. That's the only reason why you should ever use this style, right? If you're playing GK. Otherwise, he is a little trash, right? And that's just me being so real here. Gagamaru is like the perfect GK kit, right? He has numerous ways to deflect. He has powerful deflects too. And of course, now that they added in that reaction shit, right? Now he has a way to switch ways, so now it's less punishing when he goes in for his dive, which makes like Gagamaru in general like just really good as a GK style. You would never see a person like GK and not have this style if they're like a dedicated GK. Right? Honestly, he's just a great GK kit, and we're gonna probably leave him here because, well, yeah, he's just really good at what he does. Plus, he also has that autosave, and then he has the other autosave, but the other autosave is right where it has to be, if we're being so real here. Because because any character with two autosaves is some bullshit, and that's just crazy. So, the character itself having like, you know, a quick time event for that, I'm alright with that in general. I'm alright with that. That and also GK flows don't count as like normal flows. I think I don't know if that change got reverted or something because I don't think I've seen someone use GK flows. That being said, Gagamaru does his job well. He has everything that GK needs. He has a dash deflect. He has an aerial deflect for all the people that were begging for an upwards jump. He has that in his kit. Eh, Now he has something that makes it less punishing if you fumble the bag when using a dive, right? So he's good in my opinion. I think that he's a great character, really well designed. I like him, just like Isagi, because Gamaru was built for to be a GK, and Isagi's meant to be a burst play type character. So these two so far, I got no problems. I got no qualms. This is where we begin with the bullshit. Bachira. Uh, Now, Bachira is one of those like characters that some people consider to be a little bit brain dead because, well, listen, man. All right, Bachira has everything that he would need to make it upfield. A confusing upward curve shot, which is just wow, right? I remember when people first played around with him when he first came out. GKs were getting folded by a shot that just could be countered by jumping or by ensuring that they're not in that position so that way they can tackle. Until this day, this nigga still can just use bone and break the ankles of a person and afterward just use that shit. And the GK can't even fucking bear claw deflect anything, bro. Like, it's just cooked. It is genuinely just cooked. Right? Then there's also the fact that he's just like a mobility demon. I think that Bachira might just be like up there with some of the most simple to use characters of all time because he covers like two bases when it comes down to dribbling. And then there's like Monster Flick, and Monster Flick is just used to get upfield, right? Step overs is also used to get upfield. You can make like quarter field just by using those two. And if you're dumb enough to fall for monster trans, then it's cooked, right? It's just wraps. Especially if you have an AI GK. Oh yeah, no, it's fucked. Then there's this ultimate, and honestly, while this ultimate is good, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. At the same time, I have my qualms with it being it just doesn't represent his dribbling ability as good as I wished it did, right? I mean, now we have Jinjack's monster, but I just wish that we had like, a little quick time event. I thought of like an idea with my cousin a while ago, which was like if he used dribbles in flow numerous times like consecutively, it would trigger a strong shot or an auto goal, right? To be referenced to Team Z versus I think it was Team Y. I don't know, it's been a minute, so I can't exactly remember which team it was, but it was against Nagi and them, and I remember that that was just like such a cool moment, and it has like damn near no representation except for like Bone, and that's like really about it. So that's good. They also got Monster Leap, and Monster Leap was like one of the few traps in the game. The only like downside for it is that it doesn't ball hold, but really and truly, if that shit could ball hold, I think that Botcher would be like genuinely busted. For right now, I'm going to put him in like the top of great because if that damn leap ever is capable of just like base trapping, it's cooked. It's over, right? Botcher has so much freedom, and like the only downside, really and truly, is just like it is busted, but it's not busted enough to be a pain in the ass, right? So I'm going to put him in great for now, but I'm gonna keep my eye on you, gang. We'll see what happens in the future with your kit. But then there's Shigiri, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Chigiri is gonna be our first busted here. Chigiri is just really powerful, gang, right? He's very fast. He has no protection on any of his moves. His non-stop dribble puts the ball in front of the player, but it doesn't really matter because that nigga's already moving fast as shit, right? You're gonna look away, you're gonna look back, and the motherfucker's already like halfway up the field, right? That's crazy work, right? Self pass, non-stop dribble, all of them shits crazy as hell. But we had then, the ability to beat the shit out of Mock Cuttin. So it was like, you know what? He's not that bad. Right? Literally all his trade offs are that he's hella fast, but he has no protection. I can work with that. And then that shit got iframes. And now it's just like, damn, already can barely catch him, right? You have to be very patient, and you also have to be very precise to go ahead and get this nigga. But now, not only does he have the ability to just like pass you up automatically, not only can he ground trap, which is another thing I didn't talk about with a non-stop dribble, but now he just has iframes on his shot, so that's just great, right? I don't even care about the dribble part of it. Man, you can get rid of like the you can add on iframes for the dribble part, but it's also covering the shot as well, and that shit is just so gay. I'm sorry, bro. It's just so gay, bro. It's so gay. But that being said, though, Chigiri is already like hella good, and then I'm a little bit folded on this, on like the recent balance change. Chigiri now uses Golden Zone to get his steel variant, and in some ways it's good, and in others it's bad. It's actually fairly balanced if I'm being so real here, because now instead of getting his shot, you can use it to, you can use it to steal. And you will be able to use it again. It's just gonna be like all the way at the end of your shit, so you have to be careful about when you're going to use Golden Zone. So, you know, I think that's a fairly balanced change. As for Golden Zone itself, oh my lord. Jesus. If you know how to aim that shit. Yeah, nah, I've seen that shit get used casually on like real GKs, and they couldn't catch the shit at all because of the flash on the screen and how fast a shot is. So, already, that's just fucking wild, right? Then there's of course accelerate, and accelerate just gets like quarter field off one button. Just one. And I'm fairly sure you can use it twice. So I don't gotta explain that shit. Chigiri is busted. And then there's another character that's going to go into the great tier, and that's gonna be Nagi. Nerf having Nagi was like, oh my god, bro, right? He actually, to some extent, would have been more broken than Chigiri if they didn't break his ankles so much. Nagi still is one of the most versatile kits in the game, if not the most versatile kit in the game. Aerial control, larger hitboxes, movement options. He is just the most versatile kit in this game, period. Right? 2 auto goals. Like, gang, it doesn't get more crazy than that. The problem is, with all of that being noted, all of them have drawbacks, and some of them are just a little bit gay, in my opinion. I'm just saying, just a little bit. They're just a little bit stupid, right? Well, it's your reset turn. Having end lag, I get it, to some extent, I do get it, but if I'm just being so real here, I kind of don't at the same time. Zero reset turn canonically does not reset plays. Why does that shit have end lag? Hello, yeah, this is me currently editing. I did not word this properly at all, and I was wrong inherently. Well, actually, kind of. So what I meant to say here was that this ends up, messing up the original plan of whatever the thought of any defender was beforehand. I actively got
the damn wiki description on deck right now, right? Anti-defender. So you can get the ball and then automatically turn like right off rip, leaving it in a 50-50 position. Because the move itself has end lag, that means basically it's not exactly 50-50 at all, because at the end of the move you can just wait for it to be finished and then automatically steal like right after. So you can't just go on about your business. Meaning defenders don't really get punished at all unless you like automatically go for it. In that case, then it just works like any other dribble in the game, and the trade off for that isn't even worth it for real, because the direction that it's going is very wonky. So you literally got no reason to be doing all that. For these reasons, I personally believe that Zero Reset Turn still is like one of the weaker moves in his kit, because that was just like so weird of a decision, and because of its nerfs, it's not a good move anymore. It's better than some other moves that I know. We'll get into that in a moment, but uh, as for like as for like basic dribble moves, this is one of the worst ones I have on this list right now.
Right now, it has just a little bit of end lag regardless, and it allows you to go ahead and get caught in the bullshit. So it doesn't really matter. Then there's fake volley. Some people are beginning to say fake volley, so 2 pack of ass. Fake volley is actually pretty good. The problem is the recent nerf to it, which basically makes it so you can't use fake volley on numerous people. If you use fake volley once and no one catches your ass, well, I don't know why either. Don't even ask. They basically re-added it so like now instead fake volley just resets period instead of resetting with full iframes. So now you can't just use that shit on like numerous people, and that boy, that was a nerf, gang. Oh my lord. That was wild. And thus, after using fake volley, it just, well, if you're surrounded by like 3 people and 2 of them already caught your ass and broke their own ankles, the third one's going to take your booty. It doesn't matter, gang. Right? Nagi is now like hella balanced. It's just he still is versatile enough, in my opinion, to be still great above like balanced here. And I think that that's reasonable to say because he has everything, but doesn't exactly excel at anything. He just has everything and can do everything. And he can do it really well. It's just, well, it's not outstanding per se. And then there's Borrow. The gift that keeps on giving, Borrow Shoei. Listen, gang, I'm this close to putting him up here. Borrow is the grandest pain in the ass ever. And now he has a curve shot. If it wasn't for the fact that the curve comes like right at the end of that long ass shot, I probably would put him in busted. But instead, he still is to some extent balanced enough for me not to put him in busted. Right? No iframes on King's Path, and chop dribble has so much end lag that the only thing that makes it viable is the fact that in general you can use it during King's Path, and because King's Path has no iframes, it lures people in so you can use chop dribble, and that breaks their ankles for a small but noticeable extended period. For those reasons, Borrow isn't exactly like the most powerful kit in the game, so he's high, I guess. Uh, there's the steel variant, but no one really cares about that shit. It's a steel variant. Who the fuck actually cares? Then there's Prey. Prey is good, especially with like the new changes. It's also still pretty good. Uh, Is it worth enough of a damn for me to care though? That's a different question. Right? Prey is alright for what it does, you know? Especially because it has like a built in auto goal. But for like off the ball purposes, that's just not really as good as, we thought it'd be. I mean, the move itself takes from an off the ball move that Borrow did, right? So, in general, I thought that that shit would just have like a large ass hitbox at the end of it, and you can double tap it to get access to that hitbox. But no, it doesn't work like a volley. Instead, you still have to grab someone in order to use it, and that's just well, it's interesting to say the least. It's interesting, certainly something, but it's not horrible though. It still can steal from other people, and it also has an auto goal variant if you grab two folk. It's just you have to actually genuinely have a brick at the back of your head for you not to move out the way when Borrow's preparing to take your cheeks. So it is what it is. And there's Predator Eye, and Predator Eye's an auto steal. That's pretty good, but I don't really care. It doesn't do anything crazy for an auto steal, right? Like, you have to still walk up to somebody to use it. It's not like Shigiri where Golden Zone is just fast as shit, so you can't even run away from it or anything, right? You can reasonably still stay away from a Laurel before they use their auto steal, and that's alright with me, honestly. There is his chem, but I haven't seen that chem since its release. So, honestly, Borrow's okay. Borrow's okay. And right here, mm-hmm. You know him, you love him. Shido Ryusei. And, bro, the way I want to put him in a little trash, because Shido is just so. Bro, I don't even know. He's an aerial merchant, but he's an offensive aerial merchant. And that should be a good thing. It should be. It really should. If it wasn't for the fact that, like, people don't really like doing link ups like that, so it's just not. I'm still gonna put him in balance though, because Shido does his job really well. You know how to air dribble, nigga? You're good. All right, Shido will have you like on deck 24/7. Nagi has one good like aerial thing with his T special. It can like turn into something else. But when it comes down to it, Shido just has so many aerial options. It's not even funny. All right. So in general, Shido is still top dog when it comes down to that shit. It's just listen, bro. Alright. If it's not his plethora of shots, especially now that he has pivot, so that's pretty good. Uh he's a shot merchant, alright? You don't know how to air dribble or do advanced dribbling techs, then stay your ass off of Shido. Shido has a high skill ceiling, right? You don't know how to use this, nigga, then don't, right? I mean, you can try. I'm always down for people trying, but like, I'm just being so real here for a second. You don't know how to use Shido, do not use Shido, and that's why he's balanced. Because if you do know how to use him, you can be a pain in the ass. Alright? All his shots are powerful as shit except for like back heel. And now that he has pivot, that shit can turn into a curve shot. And curve shots are the bane of a GK's existence. You will see more curve shots get past somebody than actual straight shots. Right? And she has a lot of powerful shots in general that if someone knows how to use Shido properly, can be accessed off like the flick of a wrist, right? That as long as you just know how to time right, you're good. Right? And he has insane link up plays. His like mobility option can turn into a shot, which makes him pretty good at like defense as well. He's just really good in general, but he just has nothing else except for offense, which is why he is balanced. Uh,
Kunagami is balanced. He's not crazy in any regard. Justice Header isn't a powerful overhead shot. It just is an overhead shot, period. Uh, he has the most powerful shot in the game right now. Burrows gets a lot of feel, but this thing is just like so powerful, gang. Right? But that aside, he's just an offensive midfielder. He's not really gonna be out there whiling like Chigiri, where he can just get upfield by doing straight bullshit. He has like one mobility option versus Shigiri's two, and two powerful ones at that. Alright. However, in turn though, off the ball, when this nigga is like on defense, you will not be doing anything. If you want to try and defend your shit, you will not be doing anything. Heroic Clash will in fact get your ass. Hero's Instinct will get your ass. And if you want to do an aerial shot, you will not be doing that because Justice Header got you right on site. Right? Then there's his ultimate. Honestly, his ultimate's pretty alright if I'm gonna be like for real here. It's not overpowered really. Can that thing like damn near half field? Yes, but at the same time, honestly, it's an ultimate, and it's like the only thing he got, and I don't think you can use that shit like twice. It's only once. I think I've seen like some people use it twice, but I guess, bro, right? Because even with it like half fielding, it's an ultimate shot. Most ultimate shots should be able to at least quarter field bare minimum. So I'm alright with it. If I'm just being so real here, I'm alright with Kunagami being in balanced tier. He exists, bro. Alright, that's really all you need to know. Alright, plus a lot of his, like, when you're on the ball, a lot of his shit just all of a sudden does not look as good as it once did. As Kunagami just suddenly isn't as good as, like, you think he'd be. And you can use Heroic Clash on the ball, but I'm fairly certain that shit loses the ball. And actually, no. However, use Heroic Clash against somebody on the ball, that shit loses the ball. Uh, Hero's Instinct also loses the ball. He's an offensive demon, but they made sure to make him good, period, and not like bullshit like Chigiri or Baro, right? Because the reason why I have Baro this high is because actually, you know what? No, fuck that shit. I'm still playing Baro behind Bachira. Bachira still is just a fucking demon. But Baro is right here mainly because King's Path just takes up so much field, bro. It takes up so much field. It takes us so much field, bro. Oh my god. Next is Aiku. And this is a little bit of a hot take because I know Aiku can be a pain in the ass for some people. He's balanced, alright? We just need to begin. We just gotta begin being honest with ourselves here for a second. Alright. Reflex tackle is still the only good thing in his kit. I'm sorry. Alright. Serpent Sway, oh my goodness, Serpent Sway. Look at Serpent Sway, oh my god, bro. Isn't that a part of such a busted kit, right, guys? Oh my goodness. Venom Trap, oh my god. It's almost like we have numerous better traps in the damn game. But, Venom Trap, though, gotta look out for that. Like, bro, let's get so real for a second. It's Reflex Tackle. And Reflex Tackle has gone through so many changes that shit can't even get past a base dribble now. Son, get so fucking for real here. At this point, you just don't like it because it doesn't get through your damn quarter fielding dribble move that a lot of these characters have. Right? I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you right now. It's not worth it, bro. Just stop complaining about his reflex tackle. This shit is not that bad. And he has a kit with 3 moves in it. Oh, what about his ultimate? It has one aerial defense move and then a shot.
Gang, he is not that much of a pain in the ass. You can't even use the aerial defense to like possibly get like an aerial shot in from like high up or something. You can't even do that because the shit only works on his side of the field. Get so fucking for real here. Listen, bro. IQ is balanced. Reflex tackle just does its job, so you can't just get up the field with your iframe warrior ass dribble. So in that way you can just handle business because I just want this match to be over with. The match is 5 minutes. You put yourself in the game. You can't spend 5 minutes locking in, so in that way you don't get reflex tackled. Be so fucking for real here for a second. Alright? Genuinely. This shit takes. It moves like a foot forward. And not only that, but for like most of the dribbles in this game that it counters, you like the IQ genuinely has to predict the shit first. I've seen so many IQs just fail predicting at pivotal moments. I just witnessed IQ just fail predicting at pivotal moments that it's just it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. The community complains about IQ being a pain in the ass. It does not matter. Stop complaining. You're just being a bitch about it at this point, right? It's not that much of a problem. IQ is not that fucking busted. He's not gonna drop your balls every single time when you pass by him. You just have to be smart. And I don't know why, but whenever this game forces you to be smart, all of a damn sudden people just get up in arms. Shut the fuck up. That being said, though, yeah, you know exactly where you're going. Yuki Mia is busted as shit. Alright? Pre buffed Yuki was not this fucking wild. I'm being so serious, right? Pre buff Yuki was not moving like this, alright? I'm sorry, he just wasn't. And now that he has his buff, I think genuinely Yuki Miya is the primary candidate for CF. Like genuinely, I think that Yuki Miya is just the best CF in this game. All right, you will not see anybody else be a better CF than a Yuki Miya now, because in general, right? Bachira has a lot of freedom, but he doesn't hold the ball for that long because of monster flick, right? He can get up the field fast, but you genuinely have to be retarded to go ahead and like hit him, right? Because otherwise, you're probably not gonna. He's not gonna be that much of an issue, dude. Right? Yuki Miya holds the ball the entire time. Hits one move, already quarter field. Hits you with a dribble. Now he's already at his fucking shooting position. And now he cooks the GK with fucking sword screw. Like, come on, gang. Let's just go ahead and get real for a second here. Yuki Miya at this time is the most overtuned kit in this game. I'm not even talking about his ultimate, which can get up the field in one move. How do you even do that, bro? He's at the goal box in one move. Bro, that's ridiculous. That's fucking stupid. Confusing ass shot. Now he has pacifist shot as well. Like just in his like he has it in his ultimate kit, so now it's not that much of a problem. But pacifist was the old gyro variant. It was a GK murder. Alright? It wasn't fast or anything, and it still is until this day. But because of its weird ass angle, it will just fuck you up. And that is exactly what it does in this game at the moment. So it doesn't even fucking matter. Right? Gyro shot's already powerful as shit. Strongest curve in the game. Right? And now he can just use that shit whenever. And now he has Predator Eye, which allows him to see where he is aiming. Yeah, nah, it's just cooked. It's just cooked, bro. Like, genuinely, right? It's just GG's, bruh. The shit comes out fast as fuck, and now it also has the fucking sword screw variant, which just doesn't even like naturally sword screw. It just automatically V, right? Just straight up like that. Vegeta hairline in the middle of the arc, bro. That's crazy work, bro. All right, that's crazy ass work. He is a GK terrorizer, and now he's capable of terrorizing the entire team. Bachiro isn't even this much of a pain in the ass. I genuinely think Yukimi is just the best on the ball character in the game right now. And that's gonna be that way for a minute. They released some nerfs, so even like some parts of his ultimate now don't have like iframes on it and shit. Like some parts of his kit already don't have iframes, like the end part of that dribble, right? The dribble itself still goes fairly long, and you need timing. Otherwise, you can just use dribble and fuck your shit up anyway. So it's all about timing. And trust me, for someone who has razor break casually on standby, yeah, nah, you ain't getting that fucking ball, gang. You might as well just give up now. Now, we're going to speak of Sai Itoshi. Originally, when Sai got his rework, I thought he was just fucking busted. But that goes for just about every kid in this game, where it's like, he just got released, he's a pain in the ass, no one knows how to counter him. Months later, though, well, I don't gotta explain that, bro. Beautiful Destruction is good. It's not like great though, unless it's like the reflex variant because that shit comes out fast. But it is a flick in the second part if it's not the damn reflex variant. So logic variant, kinda dookie, but I'm not gonna lie to you, right? The pass itself is like it's good. It can reach fairly far. I say like Sai's pass and Hiyori's pass are damn near about the same in space. It's just both can be read like quite easily, so you need to set that up first. But that's the point. You can't just make random non-setup passes. And even if you can't make up the setup pass, the next thing becomes a daisy cutter. So at that point, nigga, if you can't get the fucking ball to where it has to go, even with reflexes variant of that shit, I don't know what to say except fuck, bro. You might just be cooked, right? Then there is also there's Nutmeg and its variant. I actually kind of miss when Nutmeg was capable of being used off the ball, and that comes from a fucking Isagi one trick, right? It was actually an interesting idea, but now a lot of characters have a steel variant, so it doesn't really even matter like that anymore. So I guess, bro. Now you can just use it to get up the field faster. So fuck it, we ball. As you can tell right now, though, he is an on the ball merchant. Right? A lot of these characters are fairly good, but a lot of them have like some kind of like off the ball usage. Except for this one, but for good reason, because fuck, bro. But Sai is an on the ball merchant. He can do everything though, so it doesn't even matter like that, honestly. He can get up the field good. He has good mobility, right? He can catch you off guard quite easily. He can switch between his two forms like just off a whim, right? Sai is just a good character. Honestly, I think I'm gonna put him at great right here below Nagi, because with that being said, he still is able to do everything a midfielder should be able to do, and then some. With an auto steal, an aerial shot, you can switch between whichever fucking variant of Brother Humiliation, whatever the fuck you call it, right? I think it was a Travella. I don't fucking remember. I don't remember the name of this one. Still, though, it doesn't really matter because you can switch between the two, and both are good. One ends your ultimate, though, so it doesn't really matter like that. But either way, hey, bro, Sai is just hella versatile. Alright. What he doesn't have though is aerial stuff, which is why I'm putting him right below Nagi, honestly. But when it comes down to it, Sai is just pretty good. You know, he's alright. Speaking of which, probably I'm ranking like this and probably stuff around here. I'm probably keeping actually not pushing right here because damn that offense, damn that defense, gang. Not very good, honestly. You know, and this is where I give my qualms. Corona is half baked, and I'm just gonna be so real here, gang. This shit is some ass, bro. Like, brother in Christ.
Oh well. So this is editing red. I'm watching over the footage to edit it because, as you can tell, since the update for Mastery Aiku is out, and Aiku is not higher up on this list, even though honestly, probably still gonna be in balanced here. I'm being so honest here. Uh, I'm going to now basically actually explain what's wrong with Planet Hotline. Alright, Planet Hotline is supposed to be used to protect someone from getting tackled. Right? You're in that specific area, then you can pass literally, it just auto passes straight to the person nearby you. Right? The more people, or at least the more teammates are inside of Planet Hotline, the more people that any person can pass to. It basically forms a constellation of sorts of passes. So you basically can continuously mix inside of there using passes instead of things like dribbles and such. The problem is number one, passes need wind up. They tried their best to make it so that's not the case anymore with playing Hotline, but doesn't matter. Number two, because of some of the visual effects, it's hard to go and see whenever you pass, right? There's a pink outline. You think that'd be enough, but it is not at all. Number three, right? The passes still take time to make it to where it has to go, so anyone can just predict where you're going. And also, the startup for the move's supposed sure pass effect, uh, it's too long, so I could literally just interrupt the move, just like off rip. And the idea and concept for it is so powerful. It's not that busted, but it supposedly is good. However, it's not good enough for me to ever justify this move inside of his kit at all. Alright? Has no coverage of your allies outside of the passing thing, and because the passing still needs wind up, and you could just like slowly shoot, and it won't go where it has to go, right? Because you still have to wind up whatever you're playing to pass, right? It just could shoot forward instead of being a pass, and anyone can predict that. So it just doesn't work, right? It doesn't work, and then because of that, it's basically it turns Corona into a three move kit because of this, and his three other moves outside of this are not good enough. The slow ass dribble that he has is, as I literally just said, super slow. So it's Aiku food, right? And literally anyone can predict the end of it, right? The other dribble that he has is alright, I guess, for a speedy turn, but aside from that, it still is not really worth it at all. You know, there's a slow ass dribble that does so much for no reason, and then speedy turn, which is just honestly better, right? Then you have his mobility options, and mobility is not bad, but I don't think that's really worth it at all, man. The mobility is good, but it's not great. The only thing that really carries this kid is his T special, and the fact that he has mobility. But aside from that, he doesn't have a shooting option like Hiyori, and all of his passes are short, so you can still fumble them on accident, right? Planet Hotline pulls this entire thing down by making a three move set, and it doesn't do anything with that extra move. It is an active burden on his entire kit. and it makes it so Corona, even on release, because every character on release, if it's not for like a mastery thing, every character on release happens to be like a pain in the ass because you don't know how they work. Corona is one of the most, what's the best word to put it? Corona had to have one of the least impactful entrances in this game ever. People used to struggle with Rayo. They used to struggle with Yuki Miya back on his first release. They struggle with Kunigami. They used to struggle with literally any other character. Oh, I don't know. I hope that got recorded. They used to struggle with any other character in this game, and that all changed the millisecond that Corona came because he just broke that cycle of they're gonna get released, they're gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with, and then later on down the line we're gonna understand how they work. That's not the same thing anymore. Corona was not he was not impactful at all. You ran into a Hiyori player, oh, he's gonna be the bane in the universe because everyone knows about the NEL chem, and so people will get off of their mains to go on NEL and try that, and you see it 24/7, right? Fucking Corona did not have the same aspect. Instead, he just existed, right? And even for like a support character with a free auto goal in his kit, I swear, if he's not, if a Corona is not an ultimate, you will not fear him at all. And I would be scared of a Hiyori in ultimate. He doesn't have a steal. Corona does. That is so underwhelming, and Corona is also so underwhelming. And I blame all of this on Planet Hotline because if Planet Hotline was at least a smidge bit better, then his kit would automatically improve, but it just isn't. And they haven't released any good buffs to compensate for this. They tried to make Planet Hotline better, but it just isn't. It's just not. So, in all, Planet Hotline pulls this kit down to the bottom pits of hell because of this. And I hate that so much, but that's just how it is. That is literally just how it's going to be. So, hey, man. If you're a Corona player, I'm so sorry for your loss because, hey, dude, I know that this is one of the weaker movesets in this game. And the fact you have to waste a damn spin to get this shit only to have one move be completely unusable. Because I'd like to remind you now, there's a dash forward before using Planet Hotline, right? I kid you not, that dash has end lag. So it punishes you for missing it. So you can't even use it as like another mobility option. No more mobility. Okay then. Right? Nah, can't even do that. So hey man, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm just saying personally, it's one of the worst kits in the game just because of the fact that Planet Hotline does nothing and nothing compensates for it doing nothing. Right? That's all I gotta say.
Man, I'm sorry, gang. That's so, that's so fucking bad, man. I hate that so much. He has an auto steal and basically a free auto goal in his ultimate, though. It's just, bro. Corona is held down, in my opinion, by this one move. If he didn't have it at all, and if it just didn't exist, I genuinely think I would put him in balanced. But that leaves such a bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. And that being said, another actually balanced character in this game is probably Rail. He's gonna. When I put him. Put him right here. Rail. Rail's good. Got that iframe warrior dribble, but aside from that, he's all right, honestly. Right? His ultimate's pretty good. His defensive ultimate is like the highlight of his shit though, because his offensive ultimate is just like usually use one move. That's all, you know. Can't blame him for it though, but like damn. Uh his copy ability is pretty good too. You need something, you can just about get it. I've seen Areo take a fucking. I seen Areo take an Aiku's reflex tackle, and then all of a damn sudden he's just moving absolutely devious. And you know what? Yeah, no, that checks out. Can steal ultimate shots. He can steal normal moves. He can have like he already has like a powerful aerial shot. He has numerous steals. In general, the reason why he's not like above balanced is because beyond that stuff, his base kit is not exactly. It's not enough for me to go ahead and say like, oh my goodness, he's just so busted, or oh my goodness, I have this opinion on him. Sai can break my ankles in like 15 different ways because of fucking reflex, right? And logic mode is still used quite often because it's just easier to aim. That and also he has everything that a midfielder needs. He can get up the field easy, all that shit. In general, Sai is just hella good in both of his modes. Nagi is just a versatile monster, and you can do just about everything in this game. Like, so good, right? Borrow can get free field so fast, and he can fake out GK is so good right now, right? The current buff, quote unquote, that they gave him for that shit, though, kinda broke his ankles, but it's actually somewhat better, honestly. I don't really care too much about it. And Bachira just is able to get up the field so fast, and he's damn near untouchable because of like his multiple dribbles. So that's that, right? But Rayo, a mosh pit of bullshit, right? He has his dribble. He has a 100-point pass, which is actually fairly powerful. Uh, he has like his counter. His shot is pretty alright. I mean, it's aerial, but that means that it can be literally caught by anybody with a trap period, especially Aiku. He's just good, bro. Would I put him like super high up? No, but he's high for what he's supposed to do. He does what he needs to do, and that's really all that really needs to be said, honestly. Uh, and then there's Kaiser. How the mighty have fallen. Kaiser is going not to half baked. He's pretty good. Uh, but he is going to go right above Rayo, and I'm moving Rayo to EC, so he's right below EC. I realize the irony in that, but uh, actually, no, I'm gonna put him above EC. Irony or not, this is just true. He's just better than EC right now. We'll see when he gets his rework. But Kaiser at the moment is just hella good. He has his aerial trap. He has insta kill flash, which is just like the fastest shot in this game. Period. The cutscene is short. The shot is fast. It does everything it needs to do, and then some. You can use it as a fast pass. You can use it as a fast shot. You can dead ass use this shit while looking at a GK, and they would think for like point 0.5 seconds, he's gonna die. He's gonna fucking shoot this way, so I'm gonna dive this way, and then you just shoot forward, and there's like a good chance that shit will work. Plus, he's balanced. Magnus doesn't have iframes for clear reasons stated in the manga. Kaiser Impact just doesn't feel like the Kaiser Impact man. Like I felt like Kaiser should be more of a sniper than anything else, right? He is the ideal striker. Isagi said it himself that Kaiser is his like ideal form of play. When it comes down to it, Kaiser I feel like should be more of a sniper character. Not a lot of like high mobility options or anything. He should have mobility options. And his counter should stick around, but aside from that, he should specialize in the same shit that we chose to give to Yuki Miya. All right, he should specialize in the same shit that we gave to Shido, where it's just like he can snipe from far distances and fuck up GKs just like that, right? He should be up there with Yukimiya for being anti GK. But instead, well, I mean, he still is kind of anti GK. It's just I catch more players catching Magnus than I ever will, like watching them catch Gyro. If the Gyro is not botched, you're going to be catching like absolute thin air. But if the Magnus, you know, even lands, the shit loses its power like midway through its arc while it's coming down, and then it's just cooked, bro. It's just GG's. Now, at close range, Magnus can in fact fuck your shit up, but aside from that, nah. You know, he still has like the other parts of his ult, like his ult shots, superstar, and fucking what's it called? Are all like really good. Oh, Superstar and Binechist, there we go. But Superstar and Binechist are both like really good. It's just they're both counters, so you need to slide into someone in order to use it. In general, Kaiser used to be like hella powerful, and then they buffed the GKs, and they nerfed him, so now he has some startup frames. So, you know, he's not the most powerful kit in this game. Man, there's this guy. Ren is. There's a once a time where Rin was considered an iframe warrior. And now we just got so many of them hoes that it's not even funny because they all do what Rin does, except in some cases better. That's crazy. But as for the placement of Itoshi Rin, I'm going to put him like right here. He has occlusion break. And he has like his ultimate, and his ultimate is like one of the most overtuned things in this game. But like again, it's an ultimate, and I expect it to be powerful. It's like especially powerful. Out of every ultimate in this game, I still think Rin's is the most powerful. The reason why I'm not putting him in great though is because that base, man, it's not. It's just not like it's not enough. It's above Isagi because Isagi like works in like burst plays and whatnot, so you wouldn't catch him with like the ball 24/7 unless you know how to like air dribble and shit. You're like do again advanced dribble text, right? Aside from that, you won't be catching an Isagi moving like that, right? Rin is different because he's supposed to be a ball holder. Occlusion break lasts fairly long and gets him the fairly moderate distance. And then he also has a curve shot. He also has the fake shot, which is also more proof that he's supposed to be on the ball because it's used as a counter. But compared to like every other kit on this list, not only is he one of the oldest, you know, right next to his unc. This is like his other unc, right? But he's just well at this moment because Ren's gonna get he's gonna get a buff soon, right? He's gonna get his rework. At this moment, Itoshi Rin is balanced. He's not exactly the craziest kid in this game. Don Lorenzo is based on great character. Honestly, I'm probably gonna put him. I'm not putting him above Nagi because his defense is hella good, but this is not Don V2, so there's some stuff he has to work on. That and also he's not as versatile as Sai is. But that golden stance though is crazy as hell. And also versus his V2 version, he just gets his shot off rip, which gives him some usability even today. Like I've seen Don V1s attempting to get Don V2 because they think that he's just better in general. But if I'm going to be so honest with you here, gang, it's still somewhat of a toss up. Don V2 is a lot more well rounded. And he also has like a lot more cooler shit. But Don V1 he's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, he's still pretty good. I don't even remember what Don V1's T special is. Shit. But all I do know is Don V1 still is actually fairly good till this day. So, plus he's lathered in them old iframes. It's like comparing one of them old cars that used to be made out of so much iron, damn near mistake for tungsten, versus a supercar made out of fiberglass. It's like in general, this thing will not budge. This will, this won't. Alright? And that's one of the things that make like based on so good because he's capable of doing everything that every other support character in this game can do, but he doesn't have to worry about getting tackled as much as anything else. The problem is just he's more readable. So we're basically playing with a tortoise here, right? That's like the only thing that's really making like normal Dawn worse than V2 in any ways because he just doesn't have as many options as V2 does. Also, he doesn't have price mark and well, price check was good at one point. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But for right now, based on is pretty good. Auto steal, we have to do a quick time event for it, but that doesn't really matter because both ons have to do that. Yes, his shot is automatic, so honestly, that's just a little bit better than like the new Dawn, because the new Dawn has to do that shit like 3 times. Uh, his dribble is good. It's another one of those iframe lather dribbles. Uh, his pass is alright. Golden defense is one of the most annoying parts of his kit in general, so I don't gotta explain to you like how good that is. Uh, And then he also has his trap, which is also just very good. Horrific Intercept is one of the better traps in this game. I think that Don, where he's at right now, is good. He's not better than Psy, but that's just because Psy is capable of shooting as well and casually too, as that lob shot is just really good. But aside from that, based on's all right. Any LECE is great. I think that he is. I'm gonna put him. I'll put him above Sai because he has off the ball options as well. That and also that parry shit, which can get annoying as fuck sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, he can deflect because of his whatchamacallit, bro. I don't even remember. Weirdly enough, I don't think that that's an NEL thing. It might just be the audio or something, but I could have sworn he used that shit against Nico, but whatever, I guess. But he has an aerial intercept. He has his like normal shit too. He has auto goal cam. He has just everything, dude. Like, genuinely, he's just really good. The only thing that he doesn't have at this point is just, like, I don't know. He doesn't have a curve shot, but that motherfucker he has a damn aerial intercept. He has a steal, and both of those things come in the same move, right? He has counter. He has the better version of Metavision because honestly, the reason why this ECE is like so down here is because even though he still has like one of the most powerful shots in the game, contending with like fucking Kunagami, right? He just doesn't have a good enough metavision. This dude improved upon metavision so much it's crazy, especially his ultimate. Alright? This shit is wild. He has again his powerful shot which holds it holds a candle to base Isagi's in some way. It's not as crazy powerful as it, and plus it doesn't have iframes, but that's also just because you can counter, which allows you to get some more field space, which is pretty good. In general, NEL Isagi is great. It's above this set of characters. Uh, you can damn near go invisible. He gets more field off of going invisible compared to like when he is visible. It has the same amount of field as Naruhaya footwork. It's just the only difference is it doesn't cover that much ground that fast. Uh, it's just a good character, dude. Right? Any Isagi is pretty good, bro. So I'm gonna put him right here. He's below Nagi, but he's above Sai. That's all that really matters. Current Don Lorenzo is, however, where I put him? I low key might, and that's the crazy part. But I'm gonna put him right here. He's not crazy busted. However, if they ever revert that price check nerf, he would in fact be probably in here. I'm not gonna put him there though because he doesn't really deserve it like that at the moment. But this Dawn is fucking wild to win. I'm not gonna lie. This Dawn is pretty damn good. It's an overall refresh at this one. This one just doesn't have as much sauce as this one, dude. I'm sorry, right? You can do side steps, use while doing zombie walk. Well, zombie dribble, because zombie walk is his off the ball move. Yes, this one has off the ball. He also has a trap and a trap intercept variant in his ultimate. There's also his three-part shot, which honestly is pretty good because it can do a chem with borrow to get an auto goal. He obviously has his steal because why wouldn't he? You know, uh, throughout his entire three-part set, he can stun players, and I'm pretty sure that shit like automatically refills. So, hey, bro, you better stay your ass away. Well, there's also obviously price check, which slows down players. So if you're not like right at the goal box, you're gonna most likely pass. And there's also him being able to man mark using price check. The price check's like main thing now is a little bit because they nerfed the fact that he can like basically make you incapable of doing like extra strong shots using price check. That shit could slow down some ultimate shots. It was powerful, gang. But aside from that, though, price check also allows you to be on somebody at all times, which basically means that if you're getting price checked, you're most certainly not getting the ball because even intercept ends up having a variant when being used around you, right? It like automatically passes. I think there's a variant for that too to make sure you can't even touch the fucking ball. Yo ass will in fact not be holding that shit as long as Dawn is on the field. You wanna know why Aiku is all the way down here? Even though Dawn, both Dawns, don't have an offensive option, it's because they just cover so much, dude. Oh my goodness, right? This nigga still has golden defense. Like,
Defensive
bro,
stance.
right? I'm sorry, but compared to Aiku and his one good move in his kit that makes him stand out compared to the rest of the cast, this nigga just has like so much. And this nigga has enough to be better than Aiku. So, hey, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Here we have Hiyori. Hiyori. What do I say about you? I mean, Frostguard is good. Kind of. Need to aim it for it to do the passing part and shit, but like, hey, man, that's part of it. It's only a small part of it, I guess. There's a counter. There's cryo frame, but honestly, all of that is not worth doing a little quest for, gang. I'm sorry, bro, but I'm putting him in a little trash. Right? Yeah, it's the same thing as Dawn, where this one doesn't have this one doesn't have iframes. But the problem is compared to Hiyori, who's supposed to be a support character alongside Corona, right? He just does so much, and Corona can only dribble and pass, right? Like that's really it's kind of where it ends right there, bro. I mean, honestly, that's a little bit disappointing. Even his shooting move is a little bit disappointing. You can't aim that shit. It just stays on the ground, and that is a little disappointing, right? Chems aside, his ultimate is just a little bit meh. I mean, you literally can shut down his entire shit just by man marking properly, right? Oh boy, watch me use my damn near half, actually more than half field passing ability on a nigga that's already marked. Alright. Right, like, dude, I'm sorry, bro, but no, just no. Because, funny enough, these two that I'm about to get into both have things that somewhat in some way make up for the fact that if you're man marked, you're kind of screwed, right? Gang right here just passes, and he might just need a rework. I'm not gonna lie, he might just need a little rework, just a little rework, gang, right? Because it's not like aside from this, right? Yori can do his job very well. It's just, damn, bruh. You really like? Oh, okay. Here's a good question. Did you know that Hiyori has a camp with Karasu? If you didn't look at the damn notes for the update that they got that chem, you probably would say no, because they have it. It's just it's not an auto goal. Out of every auto goal in this game that happens because of a chem like borrow or fucking any LEC, this is the one that just rubs me the wrong way, right? Like any Elise X Yori would be a good auto goal, and but at the same time, it would be better as a shot because it's just a straight shot, gang. I'm not gonna lie. Just make that shit like hella fast, but that's really about it, right? The double nutmeg, I guess, bro. But you could make it do the same thing as Ninja X Monster, make that shit also hella powerful. But hey, bro, I guess, right? But Hiyori X Karasu is a normal shot apparently with no auto goal, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a little bit embarrassing. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, small, bit of a problem with that. Uh, really and truly, the best person you can chem with is probably still Isagi, and that's really about it. If a Hiyori and Isagi on the same field, you're about to get the craziest amount of auto goal spam ever, as long as dude right here has his ultimate. But aside from that, it doesn't fucking matter. So it's good. Yori is good. Just he's not good on his own. And that's crazy because even Corona in some ways has like good mobility. He has off the ball mobility. He can steal and everything. Yori's just good at holding the ball, kind of. And also defense, kind of. And that's really about it. Frostguard is powerful, but do I really think that it's enough to save him from being on this tier? Oh, he needs some buffs, I'm not gonna lie. Corona is literally only here right now because I just personally think that Planet Hotline is that much of a drag on his kit. That shit even having consequences for not being landed is wild to me. Right? With that being said, Kiora Jin. Kiora has been a meta merchant as of late. Good for him. However, I'm not gonna lie, he's not really busted. Honestly, he's a little confusing to rank if I'm being so honest here. He's more versatile than Rin. He's a little bit more versatile than Kaiser. More versatile than Rayo. Kunagami's just up there because in general he just does his job that well. He's better than Gagamaru. He's probably better than Dawn. Kind of. It's just because Dawn can't shoot. Would I say he's better than Sai? I mean, he has a trap and a steal, so honestly, a little bit, yes. However, this might just be where he stops, because if we're just being so honest here, Kiora is such a boring character, dude. His dribble is that of yay old iframe merchant, right? Where it's just like, get up the field, watch me run. You can't do shit about it unless you're Mr. Booty Warrior over here. Aside from that, you ain't getting shit. And that's really like where it caps out. Kiora is good, but is he great at like being better than Isagi, Nagi, Don, and any of these niggas? No. Just no. Alright? Kiora is not like worth that much. He's just alright, bro. Alright. The reason why he's above these guys right here is because honestly, he just does it, but he does better. Plus, also, you can pass using his shit when it gets it's like, not counter, fuck, tackled. When it gets tackled, you can use this shit to pass, which is a fairly fast pass as well. I think some people found a tech to make like his pass one of the fastest shots in the game. Crazy as fuck, I know. Kiora is going in great. He's good as a character, right? But damn, this dark horse right here pulls down all of these niggas just continuously, right? And Kiora is no exception as he is primary Aiku food. It's just that Aiku is just so mid, bro. He's just so that it makes it so I can't put him higher. Even if Reflex Tackle would be carrying him to like these tiers in some people's fucking tier list, right? It's just Reflex Tackle is all he fucking got. Aside from that, oh, look at his powerful shoot move and his amazing defense move that they nerfed, so you can't even use it on like grounders and shit no more. Oh wow, that's so great. Dude, I'm sorry, but no. Alright. Last but not least, we got Otoya and Karasu. And Karasu is going all the way up here, right by Bachira, because, oh my god, ball holder of doom and despair. You will find yourself getting kept in one place while this motherfucker is all the way at box. Like, gang, what the fuck are we doing? That wing arm block is some bullshit sometimes. And that's just me being so honest here because I don't really hate the idea. It does what it's supposed to do. It's just, damn, Cross, you damn. But is he comparable to Bachira in just how easy he is to use? Absolutely not. Cross, who takes just a little bit more skill than Bachira, but Bachira is just so basic and so easy to use that it's quite easy. Plus, uh,
Karasu also has a curve shot anti GK merchant. What the problem is, curve shots are compared to like the rest of this shit anti GK for a reason, and that is because you have to aim it. And you can aim that shit literally wherever, but because of the mid arc that the curve has, it just makes it harder to catch because of the hitboxes. So that makes it so, Karasu still takes more brain power to use than Bachira. Right? And then there's Otoya. Compared to Karasu, Otoya is hella balanced. I actually would say he's one of the more balanced characters in this game, which is crazy as fuck, but it's just true. Uh, Latoya, he is not better than Kaiser. He's an off the wall merchant, honestly. So if I'm just gonna be so real here, uh, I'll put him above Rin. Aside from that, his versatility is not as high as Kaiser's. Because Kaiser's just higher because he has Magnus and Kaiser Impact. But with that being said, though, Atoya is he's mainly used for off the ball. He can cut through crowds fast. He can get up to wherever the ball holder is at easily because his shooting move that has like no end lag at all. Thankfully too, because if it was just that, then Otoya would be automatically in half baked. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. Now do we? So that's good. His on the ball is actually pretty good as well. Taka comes out fairly fast. And also that flashy little shit that he does to stun you, that shit is very powerful. Uh Plus, he has iframes throughout the entire thing until he gets re-released, and then you can just use dribble right after, so it doesn't even matter, right? And then he has invisibility. That invisibility is better than fucking any Elisagi's, right? The problem is just it doesn't come with like the speed of any Elisagi's when he's off the ball compared to Otoya. But really, aside from that, Latoya is just good. Compared to like the rest of these characters, though, he probably is one of the most skilled characters in this game. And I know that suggests that in some ways Rin is somehow uh more skilled than Isagi. But hey bro, that's just me being real here. Actually, what I put let me think here for a second. Because reasonably, that curve shot you still have to aim the curve shot, but Red is just like a wall. I might move. Yeah, I'm moving Atoya right here. Is he as good as Rin? Not exactly. But he's just really good off the ball, so we're gonna put him there. And this is my tier list, honestly. Right? Got the most busted characters in the game being Yukimi and Chigiri. You got your greats being Bachira, Karasu, Baro, Dawn, Nagi, and Isagi, Kiora, Sai, normal Dawn, and then Gagamaru because it's Gagamaru and Gagamaru is really good as a GK. Uh, which if you're an actual GK already, people will complain like quite often about you being an actual GK. Top that with top that with Gagamaru being just like good at blocking shots and having two auto saves. One that just needs like a quick time event to activate. He does his job. He does it well. And then you got the balanced ones with Kunagami because he's just an offensive midfielder. Rayo because he's high on. He's high, bro. He's high. Not exactly the craziest character we got in the game. Kaiser right here because
Listen, Kaiser aged really good, but he also just cannot keep up with some of the things that have been happening. I haven't seen a Kaiser buff in so long, and Borrow's just the gift that keeps on giving, gang, right? Like you will actively see like it's like it's like the meme of the fat dude getting all the water while the skinny dude just gets nothing, right? He like Kaiser's in this bitch starving like he was a kid, right? Like genuinely, he is not getting a lot, which is probably why he's getting reworked soon. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll make another video, going over Kaiser and like this entire setup after that. But as for right now, Kaiser's alright. He's alright. And then there's Rin. Rin is just so basic. So I put him down here because of just how basic he is. Right? Doesn't have a lot of the options as other characters, but that doesn't exactly take away from the fact that Rin is just like he just does what he has to do. Right? Them old Azure Latch iframes are saving his ass so much. And now he has Obliterate, but Obliterate, I didn't make any note on Obliterate because, I mean, it's okay. Makes a powerful, this makes like a more powerful curve shot. Aside from that, I don't really care for it. It's just there, honestly. Here's Otoya because Otoya is just probably the most. I would dare to say Otoya has just a little bit of a higher skill ceiling than Shido because, well, at least Shido has like all them ways to shoot, but Otoya just kind of exists. You know, you have to know everything about how this character works to use him. His invisibility thing is still slightly visible because fully invisible would be some bullshit. Uh, so you can still somewhat see him. However, that means that if he just like gets like runs straight up behind you, you probably ain't gonna see him because it was just like how short a time frame that is. So if he's like properly hidden, then you got it. But otherwise, you're probably going to get folded. Uh, this shot isn't anything too extraordinary. In general, Latoya is just like probably one of the most skilled characters in this game to use. So, he's there. Isagi's down here because he just doesn't have a lot. He has power, but except for that, like, it's just like Aiku, whereas, like, instead, he has the power. That's really about it. He also has a good ultimate, but now, because reflex shot is just so wonky, it just doesn't matter, gang. So that's what it is now, I guess. Uh, Aiku below Isagi mainly because actually, let me go ahead and reorganize this. I'll put Aiku right above Isagi because even though Isagi has more power, even though I made fun of Serpent Sway and Venom Trap, that still is a whole ass trap and it makes up good range. And Serpent Sway is a confusing dribble that you can use to mix people, so that's pretty good. He has his powerful shot, and he has an intercept, and the intercept is actually still pretty comp in general, so can't really get mad at that. Uh, it's just the reflex tackle is carrying this man to the top of any of these tier lists because reflex tackle is just that powerful of a tool. Problem is that it is so well balanced that I don't know, bro. Right? If you still think Oliver Raikou is still the most like busted character in this game, I genuinely think that you're just trash, gang. I'm sorry. Right? Cheeto is here because even though Isagi has less options, that powerful last shot is making up for so much, and Cheeto just is so techy, dude. Right? That and also some of Shido's options got nerfed throughout the years. He has his auto goal and everything back now, but really aside from that, you know, it's not exactly like he's not the craziest character ever. Oh, yeah, cool. Then there's Shiori because Shiori doesn't do much, and then there's Corona because Corona. Hold up, let me take a call. Sorry, I was gone for a moment. I got a call. But yeah, I wrapped it up a little bit fast because I had to pick up a call. But I'll get a little bit more in depth with these two. Although I don't have to really get in depth with Corona. Corona is actually better than Hiyori, if I'm being so honest here. But that Planet Hotline, man, I'm sorry, bro. It pisses me off every time I think about it. But then there's Hiyori, and Hiyori is just mid, bro, compared to like a lot of other characters. He's just not really as good. He's not better than Sai. He somehow isn't better than Rayo, right? He is a support character, and he's a sniper support character at that. But he's just not. He's not up to. He's not up to it compared to like a lot of other characters in the game. So that's really all I gotta say about Hiyori. Uh, but yeah, this is my tier list so far. You know, I'm going to end the video here because it is 5:37. I've been here for like 2 hours. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night or day or whatever. This is your host, Red Jester, signing out. Peace and have a good day. God bless.
Okay, before I end this video, there's nothing to say. This, as you can tell, was very unstructured. I gave a lot of haphazard reasons for a lot of the choices that I made, and I didn't explain them as good as I should have. Will I be explaining them here? Hell no. It's 12 o'clock, and at the time that I finished that video was 5 a.m. It's 12 a.m. right now. I'm sick of editing this. I've been editing this for 3 days, and that's like on an on and off thing because I've been slacking throughout the entire week to edit this damn video. I made this video 2 weeks ago, bruh. Right? 2 weeks ago, nigga. I'm sick of this. So I'm gonna end it here, right? But I just wanted to say, uh, again, sorry if this doesn't seem like the best or most well structured video. If you came here to be informed and you exited feeling like you got lobotomized, that's my deepest apologies to you. With that being said, have a good day or night. Like or comment if you have your own opinion to input, because I know anyone who's played Azure Latch and has seen this video might have like a differing opinion. So that's cool, right? Any suggestions or anything like that, I'm always down, right? So leave a comment. You like if you like the video, hey man, if you want to come back, so that like maybe one day, if I ever feel motivated again to upload another video, hey man, hit that subscribe button, twin. With that being said, I'm out of here, bruh. I'm sick of damn editing this video. You can tell where all the effort left, like in the middle of the video, right? I'm sick of this shit. All right, have yourself a good day or night wherever you are. This is your host, actually signing out this time. Like seriously. All right, peace out.